basketball!
What's going on, GMLB family? Welcome back to another episode of Good Morning Let's Basketball. We're fastly approaching season 3, and we're gearing up for another great season of NBA basketball. Unfortunately, we're stuck in NBA purgatory, which is also called the off season, where there's not a lot going on. But we do have some rare news during this off season. Today, Adrian Wojnarowski, don't know if I pronounced that right. Big Woj finally retired. It is officially the end of Woj bombs. And because we have another retirement on the pod, we're going to give him the patented GMLB moment of silence, add him to the list with Terrence Ross. And who else do we give the moment of silence to?
Gordon Hayward.
Gordon Hayward and Terrence Ross each got their respective moment of silences. So Woj will get his as well. Let's give him 5 seconds, fellas. And Woj going out with a bang on this one as well. The final Woj bomb to ever grace the surface of Twitter is restricted free agent Isaac Okoro has agreed on a 3-year, $38 million deal to stay with the Cavs. If that's not a great ending, I don't know what it is.
I did see someone say that the last Woj bomb that we did see was based on Isaac Okoro, and I can't agree. That does kind of suck. But it was weird seeing a Woj bomb about Woj today, but not being it directly him, if that even makes sense.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of crazy that he retired because now they're trying to take everything from us. First, it was a TNT crew. Now it's Woj, man. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to see that my GOAT has officially retired. Woj gang, stand up. Shams gang, sit down. You're not welcomed here. But, I mean, man, just a respectable career all around. Pretty much, I don't know if I want to go as far as saying he reinvented how the NBA media works, but this guy is responsible for some of the greatest trade deals, signings, just breaking the news on so many different things. I guess one I'll mention was I believe he broke the Paul George trade for Shea, the Clippers Oklahoma City Thunder trade. So that's probably the biggest bomb I know off the top of my head. Forgive me if I'm missing one, but if you
KD.
guys, he did what?
The KD.
Which one?
The Warriors on
Oh,
4th of
wow.
July.
Yeah, he did do that one.
That's right. That is right. Wow. Respectable career from the guy. Do you guys have any thoughts, final thoughts? I don't really have much
Yeah.
to say, but
What do you think they're going to call Shams' like tweets when they come out? Because they call them Woj bombs. I don't think Shams bombs fits.
yeah, maybe Shamaramas. That might be a good one. I don't know off the top of my head.
I don't think anything. I don't think it's like worth it at this point. Like it was kind of like one person had it. Now it's would be kind of corny to give every analyst like their own like thing. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but you guys know what I mean.
No, yeah. It's Wojbomb is definitely patented and copyrighted, so uh Shams no longer has competition, so I guess our current GOAT is now Shams just by virtue of retirement. But moving into the podcast, thank you all for being here today. We got a lot planned. Thank you all for 1.4 thousand subscribers that we're quickly approaching. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music, we'd appreciate a 5-star rating if you enjoy the content. And if you're on YouTube, we'd appreciate a like and subscribe, maybe a share if you're feeling a little generous today. But yeah, today we're going to be ranking the top 10 backcourt players. So we're grouping point guards and shooting guards into one category just to make it a little more interesting. And we're also rating the top 10 frontcourt players, which are small forwards, power forwards, and centers. We decided to do this just because some of the positions are, I mean, with the current state of the NBA, so many positions move around. So these two rankings, we're going to do our top 10s. A lot of debate, I'm sure, will be happening here. But after that, we're going to move into rating and ranking the NBA City Edition jersey leaks, which just dropped, I believe, yesterday. They leaked.
Yep.
And I've heard nothing but bad things. I believe Kevin and I have both refused to look at the City Edition jerseys until live on the show for genuine reactions. Victor, I'm not sure how many you looked at, but
I've seen them all.
you've seen them all.
Yeah,
So
I was the one who brought it up to you guys, so I thought we needed to cover it.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. But I mean, let's not waste any time. Honestly, I'm not sure how long this episode is going to be with these rankings, but all right, we'll start with the top 10 backcourt players. And I guess I'll kick us off. Fellas, is De'Aaron Fox number 10 on this list?
Dude, I like how you said De'Aaron Fox because genuinely I was so stuck on number 10. I didn't know. I was in between De'Aaron Fox and Damian Lillard. And I think De'Aaron Fox, he did really good this past season. And he was, I think during the first part of the season, he was like maybe top 5 or top 10 in MVP votes. Changed his game this season, I thought.
Mhm. I did notice on the live on the podcast, he did have that corner three heavy shot chart. He did raise his 3-point percentage to 37% this year. Kevin, what do you think?
I was gonna say I want to see the rest of your list because he might be a little bit higher on my list. Because
Really?
I really like De'Aaron Fox. He's elevated his game a lot, not only offensively, but he was always a great defensive player. But it seems like he's only getting better, and plus he's became a pretty great playmaker too. So I'm just a really big fan of De'Aaron Fox. I'm not saying that he should be higher up by fact, but that's kind of just more of like a personal opinion. One of my favorites for sure.
I will say, I don't know how much, I mean, these rankings really have no context. It's pretty much just how we feel. It's not going into next season. It's not like based off anything. It's based off currently, right now, what are the top 10. So I don't know how much you guys put into this, but De'Aaron Fox pretty much was around for the reinvention of the Kings franchise. You know, the whole Light the Beam saga, and obviously he was a pivotal factor in the Halliburton Sabonis trade. They decided to keep Fox over Halliburton. Not sure how that's going to play out now since we're ranking backcourt players, but he pretty much has the entire Sacramento franchise on his back. So
My only thing with De'Aaron Fox was he improved his game for sure. But I think 2 seasons ago, the Kings, did they finish fourth or fifth, somewhere around that range, right?
not entirely sure.
I
Probably
think
somewhere in there.
I think it was like they were a top 4, top 5 seeds, something like that. And then this past season, I think they barely made the play in, right?
Yeah, they did barely make the play in this year.
So that was my issue with De'Aaron Fox, and just like looking at him as a player and how he could fit on like other teams, and how he can contribute to like if he was to go somewhere else to that success. So that's why I would be comfortable putting him at 10, unless you guys have someone better fit for 10.
I like Fox at 10. I know Kev said he wanted him higher, so I'll let him make his case. Kevin, make your case right now for other than 10. Or forever hold your peace, of course. That's always an option as well.
Yeah, take a step back real quick and think. Give me like 5 seconds. Give me a moment of silence.
Kevin will be getting the GMLB patented moment of silence.
No, you know what? 10's fine. I like 10. 10's good.
All right.
I thought
All
about
right.
it a little bit more.
Sounds good. We got De'Aaron Fox at 10. Victor, I hope are you keeping track of these or am I? Because I don't have a pencil on me, unfortunately.
I got it. I got it.
All right.
Sick deal. All right. Does anybody have a proposal for number 9 backcourt player in the league? I almost feel like we should have gone from 1 to 10 on this to make it simpler. Uh,
Do a
Not too
because
quick
late.
reverse.
yeah,
It's not too late.
yeah, we could switch that. I feel like that was a
Bounce up.
GMLB mistake there. I feel like it'd be
Or
a
go.
lot easier to go 1 to 10.
That's what I think too.
If you really want to mess with people, we can go 10, 1, 9, 2.
You pyramid style. That would actually be
Meet in the
funny.
middle. Be in the middle. It's like what was that math equation? Like mean, median, mode, and range. Which one was it where you would cross off the numbers on the side? That was median, right?
Median.
No, that's
Yeah.
mode.
No,
Is that
median.
median? Oh yeah, it's median.
All right,
Do it
fellas.
that style.
I will advocate. Let's go 1 to 10. Are there any oppositions before we switch how we're gonna conduct this?
No, I have a
No.
good one for number 1.
Go ahead.
I think it's Luca.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. I
Had
believe Luka Doncic.
arguably could have won MVP this year. A lot of people will say he should have. Damn near average a triple double, close to 35 points. Just took his team to the NBA Finals. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
I think that's pretty much all that has to be said. Legacy games all over the place. 73 points.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that, to be honest.
I honestly think there's no debate. The only debate is if you're a hater. I feel like Luka is clear cut number one.
Yeah. I will have to agree with you. So let's slate in Luca for 1. Fellas, how do we feel about SGA at number 2?
That's where I had him.
Of course you did.
I don't know.
I know Kevin is
Steph-
not big on SGA.
I'm big on SGA, just not at number 2.
I mean, he finished top 3 in MVP voting. The Thunder were the number 1 seed this year. He's taken that team far. I mean, I feel like out of the rest of the backcourt players, I think he deserves that number 2 spot.
I don't know, man. I think it just feels wrong to me to put him ahead of Steph Curry. I understand Steph Curry at this moment right now, but that's still like him. And although his team didn't do great, he was great. He's always great. He'll always be great.
He will be great. Now, if this were a legacy conversation, I would put Curry there. But I this sounds actually horrible coming out of my mouth now that I'm thinking about it, but I do agree with it. I feel like SGA is currently better than Stephen Curry. Is that
I don't think that's
true? Is that a hot
That's not
take?
true. No, guys.
I don't
Come on. Let's
Dude,
pump the brakes a little bit.
I think right now I would probably put SGA higher than Curry. I mean, if we're talking all time, it's different. It's close. Because I have Curry third.
I'm looking at my list and realizing I have Curry at 5, and I'm rethinking that a lot. That's absurd. I made that list at about 12:30 in the morning, so
Yeah, with the
probably not
fever.
probably not my best work. Yeah, with the fever, with the COVID-19 pandemic restrictions on me.
I don't know. We can put SGA at 2 over Curry, but that's y'all getting cooked, not me. You better throw this moment in the reel.
I'll leave it up to Victor. He's the most non-confrontational person on the pod. He'll have to bear this wherever he puts Shea.
Hey man, I I've been claimed as a Shea Glazer, so I'm putting him at 2.
Slayed him in at 2. I think we know where
Curry's
3.
third.
Yep.
I didn't mean to butt in like that, but Curry's
Yeah,
third. I ain't
Curry's
letting him
3
go
for
down
sure.
farther.
No, that's where I had him.
Yeah.
Who'd you guys have at 4? Because I have someone in mind, but I want to see what you guys say. It might catch you off guard who I'll say.
I had D Book.
Okay, that's exactly what I was going to say.
I also had Devin Booker. This is crazy. I've never seen us on the same page before.
I don't think there's an argument for anybody like at 4 besides Devin Booker. What he just did for like with Team USA, really put him on the map. This is the first time in Devin Booker's career where I've seen he's actually getting the respect that he has earned and should be given, because he really played a role on that Team USA that no one was really willing to do. And I go on TikTok now, all I see is Devin Booker edits, and everybody's like, best shooting guard in the league, and I agree with it.
I can't remember. I know me and Kevin have always been a bit lower on Booker than usual. Vic, were you ever low on Booker with us, or were you
No,
always he's
uh,
underrated kind of deal for you?
I was on the underrated side / like I actually really like Devin Booker and his game. Like I enjoy watching him play.
I will say, I think Devin Booker's insane. I think he's really fun to watch. The reason why it seemed like I was low on him is because I don't like him.
That's fair.
But deep in my heart, I know he's good, and I rank him lower because he's for like those reasons I just said. I always thought this dude was top. Like he's a baller.
I will
Great
say,
playmaker too now.
not accusing you guys of anything, but is the Devin Booker resurgence just a case of recency bias? Or is Booker really that guy?
He's
No,
that guy.
he's that guy. He's been the best shooting guard in the NBA for a while now.
I won't argue with you. I'm outvoted 2-1, but even with that being said, I do have Booker at my 4 spot as well. So we can go ahead and slate Devin Booker at 4. Now this is where things get
Yeah.
fun. Is this 5 spot? There's a lot of different players that I think you can put here, but I want to hear what you guys think first.
I was so torn on this spot. I'm not gonna lie. My player I had at 5 was Donovan Mitchell. So I wonder what you guys are thinking on that.
It's a close call. Um, I was between two guys at first, those being Donovan Mitchell, as you mentioned. But in my 5 spot, I ultimately went with Jalen Brunson for the 5
I
spot.
was gonna say Donovan Mitchell was not in my 5 spot. I either had Jalen Brunson or Ant.
Yeah, really?
Possibly had
Okay.
Ant. Ant's at the top of his game right now, especially with what he did with Team USA. Hit a lot of clutch shots on that absolutely stacked team. Took his team far. How young he is.
Mhm.
That's why I
So
factored it in.
let's go ahead. Let's make the case for Jalen Brunson over Donovan Mitchell. Vic, why did you put Mitchell at your 5th spot? Out of curiosity.
So originally I was leaning either Jalen Brunson for that 5th spot. And then I was like, you know what? I went back and I actually moved Jalen Brunson in a different spot. I'm not gonna say right now where, but so the reason I put Donovan Mitchell there because I felt like over the other guys in this top 10, Donovan Mitchell has been in the league, and I think he's the second best shooting guard right now. And every team he's been on, they've had very like great success in finishing like top in their conference respectively. When he was on the Jazz, they were always one of the top teams. Yes, they didn't have great playoff success, but he's always been on teams where they have good regular seasons like finishes. And with the Cavs, they were a 9th seed team the season before Donovan Mitchell came there. The season they got there, they became a 4th seed. So I think he's just a winner, and that's someone that you want to have on your team.
So I will say that what made this so hard for me is Mitchell and Brunson have extremely similar stats. So I guess I'll just drop them. Brunson has 29 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. Mitchell has 27 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. So extremely similar stats. So what's a man to do when he's unsure? That's right. He consulted Reddit. What did Reddit say? Reddit told me that Jalen Brunson outplayed Donovan Mitchell in back-to-back playoff series. Chad, is this real? Does that rank Jalen Brunson above Donovan Mitchell?
I think right now at this moment, yeah. He just led the New York Knicks to the 2nd seed.
See, my
One
thing is,
he
I would love to see
With
another year.
injuries. With injuries. And the team just got better with
28
Mikal.
points is nuts.
It is
Now,
nuts.
the thing the thing I always wanted to look at was like defensively. How different are these guys? I believe Mitchell is the better defender, but it's not by a wide margin. I don't believe that. I think both of them are inadequate defenders, to say the least. But
I was gonna say like the topic of defense extremely important, but I don't think giving it to Mitchell as a better defender or giving it to Brunson as a better defender moves the needle on the conversation too much.
yeah, chat, call it recency bias, but I'm sensing a 2-1 number 5 spot for Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, for real.
Hey,
Yeah,
we said right now.
and get ready because Mitchell ain't next either.
Nah, you're tripping.
Yeah, to be fair, Donovan Mitchell still could be the second best shooting guard, but this is a rank of the backcourt.
No,
We
for
got point
sure.
guards in here too.
No, I understand. I understand. I just feel like on my list, I would put him fifth. But if you guys want Jalen Brunson there, I'm cool with him too. Because I honestly had Jalen Brunson lower though, and I just felt like I wanted to see another year of Jalen Brunson before I would rank him higher.
True. Unfortunately, these aren't future rankings.
I
These are
know,
rankings right now.
I know. We want to thank you guys so much for watching. This is going to be an end of season 2. Season 3, we are going to start back up with the NBA season October 11th. We are going to be back every Friday, so make sure to be tuned. We got a lot of stuff planned for you guys. We got a guest coming on second week. And if you enjoyed the pod, make sure to like and subscribe.
All right, let's move on to the number 6 spot. And I'm going to be honest, I don't want to hear anything else from anyone. This is Jaylen Brown's spot. And if you say anything different, you're underrating him. And you're lost in the Celtics victory. And this is Jaylen Brown's spot. Jaylen Brown is better than Donovan Mitchell. I will die on that hill. What are your thoughts?
Loki forgot to factor him in the
Yeah.
list. But
I
it's
considered
it's
him a
bec-
front court player, right?
it's not that I never really finished my list, so I didn't get a chance to like rework it. But at 6, I like him at 6. I mean, he just won 2 Finals MVPs. Just won a ring. Well, Conference Finals MVP and Finals MVP. Got a ring.
Victor's
I'd
going
maybe
to
put him above
ESPN.
Mitchell.
Victor's going to ESPN to look up what position he played at. He played at small forward most of last season, but that's because of the addition of Drew Holiday, right? I always
Yeah.
took Jaylen Brown as a shooting guard, but I guess technically by last season standards, he would be a small forward.
Yeah, that's I get where you're coming from, but I was considering him a front court player because he did play small forward last year.
Okay,
I mean,
that's fair.
I don't know what you guys want to do.
No, that's fair on that.
I looked it up too. His time is split between shooting guard and small forward, so
Yep, if it's split, he's a shooting guard and he's going at number 6. If he played more small forward minutes, then I'm completely fine putting him on the front court list.
If he even makes that list.
Yeah, let's keep him on the backcourt list. And I think he's at number 6.
When does he
Be-
make either list? Let's be honest.
Bro,
Now that I look at it.
honestly, I didn't have him on my backcourt. That's what I'm just saying. On my
like
backcourt.
even
I
with
didn't
him as a shooting guard.
even with him as a shooting guard, that's tough because I would have liked it given it to some other guys, but
The finals MVP?
No,
You're
backcourt
not
he's
gonna have
definitely on. He's
you're
definitely
not
on
gonna
backcourt.
no,
you're not gonna have the finals MVP on a
no, I'm
list
saying
of 10 out of 2
no,
positions.
I'm saying I want to have him on front court. I would rather have him on front court because I didn't factor this in. But that's fine. Can go shooting guard.
JB at 6.
We can do that.
I will bring up his stats. His stats this season: 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Shot 50% from the field, 35% from 3. But played both ends of the floor extremely well. One of the best wing defenders in the league. And he was also at the helm of an offense where everyone eats. So I feel like if you took his stats from maybe 2 years ago before Drew Holiday and Porzingis came, it would be a different story. Number 7, I'm open to thoughts.
Should be Donovan Mitchell.
I'm cool
I
with that. I'm cool
okay.
with that.
I don't know
him
what
at
you
7.
what do you think?
I do have him at 7 on my list.
What'd you say, Kevin?
Nothing yet. Yeah, I'd probably throw him at 7. 8 and 9 is going to be a race. regardless of who goes at 7. 8 and 9 is going to be tough picks.
Yeah, I agree. I just realized that Ant is not on my list,
I had
but De'Aaron Fox is at 10. So how I don't know if I think I made an oopsie with,
I had
but
Ant after Donovan Mitchell on my list.
yeah, I will agree with that as well. Ah, is Ant better than Donovan Mitchell?
I don't think so yet. There's a
Is
lot of hype around this man, and I don't think we've seen enough yet to where I'm comfortable putting him above Donovan Mitchell. Donovan, like I said earlier, Donovan Mitchell, every team he's been on, they've had great regular season success. I know playoffs, it's kind of been iffy, but and then Ant
to be,
leading the team going to Western Conference Finals this year,
yeah, I
which
was
is
gonna
tough.
say
That I know
the
that's tough because
the
he's been
Wolves do
hurt.
have that playoff success. You want to go? I mean, stats don't tell the whole story, but we can go stat for stat. Donovan Mitchell, 27, 5, and 6. Anthony Edwards, 26, 5, and 5. They shot equally from the field. Donovan Mitchell shot 1 percentage point better than Anthony Edwards from three.
He missed some time too. I think early on.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell also only played 55 games last year, and Ant, damn near an Iron Man, played 79. Are we sure Donovan Mitchell's better? He has a case, just going off last season.
He has a case. I think Donovan Mitchell's better. I think the Ant hype has gotten slightly out of hand. Slightly out of hand.
Even taking into account the defensive difference between those two, which is drastic.
I mean, still, I would like to see slightly more.
Okay, that's fair.
Because are the T Wolves even going to be in that position next year?
Uh, I don't know. Is that rhetorical? I feel like they could be in that position.
They could, yeah, for sure. 100%, but we just have to see. Maybe if they have another year where their stats are similar and Ant has another great year, I would probably put him up above.
Okay. So based on longevity and just consistency, Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, I'm comfortable saying that.
That almost makes me question Brunson that high based off the context we just gave to Donovan Mitchell.
I was
I
trying
mean,
to
I don't
tell
know,
you all,
man.
man.
Brunson was pretty solid this season, I thought.
All right.
He was hooping in the playoffs, and the whole team was hurt, so he really had to get on his high horse.
All right. I guess Donovan Mitchell is that at 7 and then Ant at 8. Is that where we are right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So is Halliburton at that 9 spot? Or is it
I
Maxey?
I don't think Halliburton's better than Maxey or Jamal Murray.
I didn't have Jamal Murray on my list.
I will advocate. I know Jamal Murray just had a very bad Olympics, and I promise I'm not using that because he was playing hurt. But I do feel that Jamal Murray has not been the same player since their title run, and therefore I do not have him in my top 10 either.
He struggled a little bit this season. But I wasn't saying Jamal Murray should be in that spot. I was just listing names: Dame Lillard, Trae Young, Maxey.
I
Maxey
had
had a great year.
for
You do
sure.
have a good point. Dame Lillard, Trae Young, and Tyrese Maxey or Halliburton. I think it's safe to say that Fox might be out of the list now, or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just erase the Fox moment from our memory. Uh like the Men in Black, the the Flash. Um Kevin, I mean, I want to listen to what you guys think first, honestly, because I could be swayed.
For 9 and
So,
10.
yeah.
Uh, are we counting All right, really quick. Are we counting John Morant or no?
Based off of right now, it's hard to judge Ja Morant. Therefore, I discarded him from this list. Not
I was
out
gonna
of
say
I
no
don't
too.
think, not out of I don't think he's good enough. Out of
Yeah.
this is a rank of players right now, and he just missed the entire last season. So I don't really know where to put him. Therefore, discarded him. No
Okay.
disrespect.
Yeah, because honestly, I think he should be top 10 if you were doing like predictions next season. But like you guys said, I kept him off because that's not what this list was about. My spot, I had Tyrese Halliburton 9.
Mm. I don't think he was better than Maxey this past year because Halliburton had a bad fall off.
That is true.
A
Also, only 20
bad
points.
fall off. Like this dude was getting like 15 assists a game the first 3 months of the season. Then after that, he was barely cracking 6. So I don't even know if Halliburton makes this list, to be fully transparent with you. I think Fox is better than Halliburton.
I will say Halliburton on defense is extremely hard to watch. It is. He's probably up there with Trey Young for defending as a guard.
It's really not much to watch. You pretty much said it right there. With
I
Halliburton on defense, he's a cone. They try hiding him so bad on defense.
also I've seen the argument that Tyrese Halliburton's assists are just a product of the pace that the Pacers played at all year. Because we know they were the number one offense at one point, played at an extremely high pace. I believe they led the league in possessions at one point. And I've seen the argument that Tyrese Halliburton actually doesn't make, like, he's not creating plays. He's really just making, like, push ahead. And this is definitely sounds like I'm discrediting him. It's not as bad as I'm making it sound. But that he's essentially not actually creating a lot of offense through these passes. It's basically just like throw ahead 3-point shots from Shepard, Neesmith, Mathurin. Like, it's almost like I've also seen the argument that he's scared to score and he's overpassing. So I don't know how much truth there is to that, but those are two things to consider with Tyrese Halliburton.
I will say I do understand what you're saying, and I can agree slightly, but this guy was barely turning over the ball throughout the entirety of the season. Even when he wasn't, his numbers weren't as great. He's really good at taking care of the ball and not turning it over. Also, with just like what was around him, the amount of assists that he was averaging with Neesmith, Nemhard, and whoever else, he didn't have an insane amount of talent around him. So the fact that he was able to get as many assists as he did to me is like pretty good. But I still don't know if I would put him in the top 10.
Would Here's a fun one. Would Tyrese Maxey average over 10 assists if he wasn't always passing to Tobias Harris?
Well,
Who's
there's Paul George
essentially
there now. Not in the playoffs, he won't average 10 assists because he can't shoot in the playoffs. But during the season, he might.
I will say, just I have both their stats pulled up here. Tyrese Maxey averages less turnovers than Halliburton. So Tyrese Maxey is at 1.7, Halliburton's at 2.3. Obviously,
But
Halliburton's ratio is probably better because he has more assists.
Right. Also, he handles the ball a lot more than Maxi does too.
him having the ball in his hands more and then like passing a lot more than Maxi, it's probably going to lead to those turnovers. But if you guys don't have Tyrese Halliburton at 9, then who would you guys be comfortable putting there? Because I don't think it should be Maxi though.
And who should it be?
Either I like Fox or Damian Lillard.
So we went from should Fox be on the list at all to let's put him a spot higher.
I don't think Fox should be on the list anymore.
I
Really?
think Fox is better than Halliburton. If we're not putting Fox on the list, we're not
Or
putting Halliburton on the list. I won't allow that.
what about Kyrie?
No.
Don't hate it, but like I said,
It's hard to put someone who's not a first option in their own backcourt on this list.
but it just so happens that it's Luca. that he's
Yeah.
sharing the
Yeah.
backcourt with.
It's just like, like if Kyrie wasn't with Luca in the backcourt, he'd probably make this list. But
But you
unfortunately,
could
he
say
is
the
a
same thing. You could say the same thing about Jalen Brown though, front court. Probably
Yeah.
don't put him on this list of Tatum though.
well, I mean, yeah, but we put him on the backcourt list. Therefore, his competition
Did we?
is Derek White and
We
Drew.
did.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we did.
Miles made
Screw
us
what I
shoot
said.
ourselves in the foot with that one. So
I won't. He
I, f-
has to
I,
be
for-
on one of these lists.
I forgot we did.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
he's right there, number 6.
so in terms of Trey Young, is he better? Is Trey Young better than Tyrese Halliburton?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
How much do we factor team success into this ranking?
We're
Because
not.
Trey Young has notoriously been on losing teams. So you could make the argument that as a player, he can't truly lead a team.
I wasn't really factoring it on the list. I wasn't really thinking about it too much. Although I did say some things earlier about they led their team here and there. At the end of the day, I'm looking at like skill wise and how they are as a hooper. So yeah, we could throw it in and we have been a little bit, but I don't know, man. I still don't think that Halliburton's better than Trey Young. We do acknowledge the Trey Young disrespect a lot. I think that's one of our green flags that we have as men that love basketball. Halliburton's not better.
So if Halliburton's on this list, then Trey Young also has to be on this list. So let's think of it that way, which means Halliburton would at best be number 10 on our list.
At absolute best,
I don't
I
think
really don't think he is on this list. I think Fox, Young, and Maxey are all better.
so. How do we feel about Lillard? Is Lillard better than Tyrese Halliburton? Let's have this conversation. We know Lillard had a down season last year, being a product of Doc Rivers, a new system, and playing with one of the highest usage players in the league. He's still good though. He didn't have a bad season, just not one up to his standards. He had a season, I believe, very similar to Maxey. I will fact check that right now. So Maxey is 26, 4, and 6. Lillard is 24, 5, and 7. So pretty much on par with Maxey. Maxey shot a little bit better from 3 and from the field, played similar games. Dame turned the ball over slightly more, maybe one extra turnover a game. So very similar seasons in terms of stats exclusively.
I would probably put Lillard over Maxey.
Man,
Lillard over Maxey. So is Lillard over Halliburton?
Halliburton's not on this list, guys. I want his name out of here.
I think you're
Hey,
Kevin.
Yeah.
I kind of agree with you,
guys,
but you're disrespecting him too much.
I don't think I am. Halliburton's good. He's really good. He's not better than Dame. He's not better than Trey Young, and he's not better than Maxey. He's not better than those three. And we only have 2 spots left. He's just simply not. He had a really big drop off. He does overpass. His scoring isn't there. He's not on this top 10, man. That maybe that's just me, but I don't feel comfortable saying that that he's better than any of those 3 right now. I don't think he's better than De'Aaron Fox either.
So Trey Young 10, Lillard 9. Is that how we're feeling?
Man, uh, I'm
Let's
torn.
go.
I'm torn because there's so many guys you could put 9 and 10.
I will propose Trey Young 10, Damian Lillard 9.
I do like Damian Lillard 9. Trey Young. I feel like I know I said he's better, but I was talking about like skill wise. Just overall like everything. I don't know. It might be Tyrese Halliburton right now, but it's up to you guys what you guys think.
Do we put Fox back at 10?
No, I'm comfortably leaving Fox off of this list.
If we leaving Fox off, Halliburton ain't going to that 10 spot. We'll give it to Trey Young.
All right.
So Trey Young 10, Lillard 9. Is that what I'm hearing?
We'll run with that.
That's cool.
I can rerun through the list right now.
Yeah, go ahead and drop our list.
Number 10, we have Trey Young. Number 9, we have Damian Lillard. Number 8, we have Ant. 7, Donovan Mitchell. 6, Jaylen Brown. 5, Brunson. 4, Booker. 3, Curry. 2, Shea. 1, Luka. I think 1 through 4 are objectively correct. I don't think there's any miss or misconception there.
Which is Luka, Shea, Curry, and
Book.
Okay, yeah.
That's right. Any other person that has anything different than that, they're wrong. Like, that's right.
Yeah.
1 through 4 is right.
Yeah. I will
You can
say
interchange it too.
doing backcourt players instead of just point guards and shooting guards has made this a lot more interesting for me. Because those last 2 spots were very hard to pick from.
There's just so many great players.
I think last 4. It got hard after 6.
Yeah. All right. Shall we move on to front court players? All small forwards, power forwards, and centers in the league. Number 1, it's got to be Jokic.
Yep.
No
Best
brainer
player.
there. If you don't have Jokic at number 1, you are smooth-brained, and I don't want to hear your argument.
If you don't have Jokic number 1, your brain's rock hard. It's not wet and soft.
Like me right now. Number 2, Giannis is better than Embiid, fellas.
Yep.
Giannis is better
Lock
than
it in.
Embiid.
I
need to
had
speak
Giannis
further.
at number 2.
You can't mess with someone. You can't put someone at number 2 who doesn't play full seasons and consistently bombs in the playoffs. I know he did decent in the playoffs this year, but got hurt. But then again, injuries are a part of the game. Therefore, Giannis at 2.
Embiid at 3.
Yeah, I had him at 3 too. But I was gonna say
Mhm.
before we went to that, I think another thing too about Giannis is last season, I think was probably his best season of his career. I don't have the stats pulled up with me, but I remember him shooting at like a very high number. I think it was like 64%, which is the highest of his career.
Yeah.
Statistically, yeah, I believe it was his best season.
Yeah.
He averaged 37 and 12 last season, shot 61% from the field, 27% from 3, had about 3.4 turnovers per game, 73 games played.
But there's no way he averaged 37.
No, he averaged
37.
30 points,
Oh,
7
okay.
assists,
Okay.
11 rebounds. Sorry. I should have
No,
been
you're
more
good.
clear.
So
So,
does Embiid go at 3?
yeah.
Is that what we're?
Yep.
I'll throw him there. I'll 100% throw him there.
I already
Thomas
know who mine is.
Thomas Bryant at 4? Yes or no?
No, Wendell Carter Jr.
I was thinking Semi Ojale.
Well,
No,
boys,
number 4.
you guys could go ahead, actually. I already know who's number 4, and my opinion is objectively right, so.
Well, I knew who you were going to put at number 4, which is why I want to talk about it. So let me look at a list real quick to make a good case.
For my 4th spot in my list that I made, I had Tatum there.
Smart man. Haven't read much of it yet, but smart man. Yeah. Jason Tatum is number 4 after winning a championship, getting that experience.
I do want to hear what Kevin says. His counterclaim.
I'm thinking.
He's gonna try to shoot for KD. I already know what he's gonna try to do.
No, not KD.
Oh, LeBron probably.
Wemby.
What? Oh,
Now we'll put Tatum at 4. I like that.
Dude, I thought you were for real. I actually got scared for a minute. I have Wemby on my list, but not on the bottom half.
fifth.
Okay, so we got Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, Tatum. Who's 5th?
Fifth, I put KD.
Yep. I have the Slim Reaper at 5 as well.
Damn, where's Bron?
Put him sixth.
Put him at 6. Did me and Victor have the same list?
Okay, so we'll go KD, Bron.
Wow.
Damn, front court's easier than backcourt, huh?
Yeah, I thought I was expecting to like have to defend my case on these.
Yeah.
No, we got it pretty good so far. Now this
Well,
again after 6 is where it gets choppy.
This is gonna be tough.
Like, do we go Josh Okogie, Trey Murphy?
I was thinking Nick Claxton personally, but
Mitchell Robinson.
oh man,
It actually does kind of get interesting here.
Simbular.
Seventh. I don't know if y'all will ride with me on this one, but I put AD.
Yes, sir. I also had Anthony Davis at number 7. Dude, do we have the same list?
Maybe.
It's actually scary,
Yeah.
like how similar these are.
What do you have there, Kevin? Do you agree with 7 for AD?
Oh, I'll put I'll put
Wow.
AD at 7. I'm trying to scroll through other names to see if I can make a case for anybody, and I really can't.
Yeah,
So-
especially I think him playing great in the Olympics like really solidifies him for 7th. And especially
And-
him having a good regular season and healthy.
Yeah, he played a lot of games this year, and the dude was like insane, unstoppable offensively and defensively. It's like a shame that he had all these people ahead of him because like he could be higher. He just
Yeah.
has just all-time legends ahead of him because AD had a great year, and I'm so glad he did because I'm a big AD fan.
I will
But
say,
now,
oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I didn't have anything to say.
I was just going to drop 80 stats for this season. In 76 games, he dropped 25, 13, and 4 on 56% shooting. Pretty stellar stats right there.
Did you say 75 games or 76?
76.
I don't think he's ever played 76 games in his career up until this year. Fact check me on that.
I think I could
Not
do
even his rookie year.
yeah, this is the most games he's ever played. His second most is tied 2016 and 2017 with 75.
I honestly
Those days.
all right, here's two thoughts. I honestly wonder if he played 76 because of Stephen A. Smith giving him all that shit. You know, in the past, like he can't play in the playoffs. He's gonna get hurt, blah blah blah. But do you think it was better that he played less games for them in the playoffs?
No,
Yeah, might have been stupid.
that was dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind.
Mr. Skin made of paper, bones made of glass, finally has a good season, and you want to tell me, yeah, they're better without him.
No,
That's
never
crazy.
mind. No. I meant to say like for him to be healthier in playoffs if he played less regular season games. But never mind.
I mean, to be honest, it's not like they were doing much anyway these last
Yeah.
few years.
Sure.
No, that's not a bad take.
Yeah. And AD's short corner jumper is money. Never seen him miss it.
Fellas, how do we feel about Bam Adebayo at 8?
I don't hate
I-
that.
I think Bam's criminally underrated. He's starting to get pretty underrated. His offense has taken a great jump.
Judging solely off what hoop venue said, and he knows more than I do, I think Bam's number 8.
Yeah, I like since you know what this list was gonna get hard for me because for Jalen Brown, but since we put him on the backcourt, I agree with Bam being at 8.
In 71 games, 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists.
Real quick, not saying he should be over him. Could you pull up Sabonis' stats real quick? Because this dude was balling at one point.
I
I never
will
really looked at the guy's stat lines for a whole season. I would really like to hear it.
foreshadow. I have Sabonis in my 10 spot. In all 82 games, a true Iron Man, Domantas Sabonis averaged 20 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists.
Sabonis had a year.
He did have a year, but Bam, I think, is. Do I dare say Bam is more important to his team than Sabonis? Do I make that take? Is now the time for that take?
I
I'm
don't
not
think
going to
either
make
of
that
them.
take just yet.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't think you could say either of them are less or more important. I think both of them have a role that they specifically play, both drastically different, and they both play that role increasingly or insanely well.
I personally think that Sabonis is a one-sided player. Not completely one-sided, but I think Bam on defense is a universe and a half, maybe even a galaxy and a half better than DeMontis Sabonis. Bam
I
could guard
agree.
all five positions, extremely switchable. I think that speaks louder than the stats for a team who was in the play-in. Were they in the play-in, right?
Yeah, they were. I think they played the Heat or they played the Celtics first round. They won the plan.
They're
Yeah.
in opposite conferences.
Wait, who are you talking about?
I'm
The Heat
talking
and the Kings were in the plan.
I'm talking about the Kings.
Oh, if the Kings were in the plan,
Yeah.
yeah, but they lost to the Lakers.
Okay. Yeah. I guess yeah.
I honestly, Bam's an underrated passer too. I would be comfortable putting him at 8th.
We can put him at 8.
And plus, like you said, his defense is underrated, and I think that's something like not a lot of people take notice of.
I will say I agree with you that Bam's an underrated passer. But while we're on the topic of
Yeah,
comparing him to Sabonis, that was
I
probably the worst time you
I
could have dropped that take.
Yeah. And weren't the Heat in the play in too?
yeah,
uh,
they
They
that's what I
were.
was saying. They played the Celtics
Yeah, the
round
Heat were in
1.
the play.
Yeah, they won the plan.
okay, can I make a claim here? From for me, 7 and 8 seeds aren't, yes, they're in the play-in, but those aren't play-in teams. The play-in teams are the ninth and 10th seed.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel like that is the best definition. People will like argue over what's the definition. Is that how you guys feel too, or no?
Now,
I
when you mean 9 and 10 are the play-in teams, do you mean by like technicality or like you believe like the skill of the team?
It's like just by like the technicality. Like, yes, the 7 and 8 seeds are the play-in teams, but the ninth, like the seventh and eighth are in the play-in, but the 9 and 10 seeds are the play-in teams. So like when I say Sabonis was on a play-in team, I would mean he was a 9 or 10 seed, while Bam was in the play-in, but he's not on a play-in team because he's like a true 7 or 8 seed. I think they were the eighth seed.
Right, but like just the way it works, like you're only locked in if you're 1 through 6. 7 and 8, you still have to do the play in. I see what you're saying 100%, but to be like to push up my glasses and say, "Oh, technically, they do still have to play in."
Yeah.
I do see what you're saying. I don't disagree at all, but I would throw Bam at number 8. I think after looking into it a little bit more, I was never going to put Sabonis over that. I just know he had a great season, but I wanted to make it a little conversation. I will put Bam at 8.
And this is perhaps my most fun take here, but I have Victor Wembanyama at number 9. Is he a top 10 front court player already? I think he is.
we're
If he is,
forgetting
he's
one.
10.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think he might be 10 because what about Kawhi Leonard?
Not on my list, personally.
Really?
Dude, he doesn't play.
But when
Paolo
he
Banchero had a
plays,
great season.
I don't know
He
about
did, but Wemby was second in defensive player of the year voting this year.
Paolo was an all-star.
not yet for
Okay.
Paulo. Not yet.
So was Scotty Barnes. He's not on this list. So was
Well,
Cat. He's not on this list.
Paolo's better than Scotty Barnes, maybe. Zion. I wouldn't throw him in there, but he's a name that we could throw out.
Throw that one in the trash. Bro doesn't play.
I would be comfortable doing Kawhi 9, Wemby 10.
Larry Markkinen.
So a guy who plays 71 games, averages 21, 11, and 4 in his rookie season, shoots 80% from the free throw, 33 from three, second in defensive player of the year voting, averages 4 blocks a game, is not top 10. Be for real.
Did it once.
Did it once.
Did it once.
So who he has one season. It's not like he's played more than one season.
I'd like to see a little bit more. I don't say I completely disagree, but I think we're dismissing some of the other names on the list a little bit.
I'm gonna be honest. I think he's already better than Kawhi Leonard.
So you would want to do Wemby and then Kawhi?
Personally, I
I
did
don't,
Wemby and then Sabonis.
Yeah, I don't think Kawhi's on this top 10 right now.
bro, you guys are tripping.
I don't think
Dude,
he is.
he
Don't play.
doesn't play.
Dude, but like when he's healthy, man, he's amazing.
But he's
when is
never
that?
healthy. I hate that argument because if he's not healthy, then he's not amazing. He played 68 games last year. So he played a decent amount and wasn't there for the playoffs. He played 2 games in the playoffs. Like, bro. I
And I don't think he was better than Sabonis this year. Sabonis
also,
was in MVP talks at one point. Don't forget that.
I will
That's true.
throw this out. Do I need to throw out the Wemby versus Kawhi Leonard stats, or are we cool with
I don't think
Wemby
so.
at 9?
I'm comfortable putting Wemby at 9 if you guys are.
I think Wemby and Sabonis take the final two. I would prefer putting Sabonis at 9 and Wemby at 10, but I don't fully disagree with it flip flopped.
I will say Wemby is just such a freak of nature and is a cosmos ahead of Sabonis on defense. And I think that is more important than putting up almost a triple double. Averaging 4 blocks a game is like unheard of, damn near.
Yeah, he really lived up to the hype, man. Like this guy was probably one of the most hype players since LeBron, if not the most, and he very lived up to it. And this dude is literally a freaking demigod in 2K. Like we finally got one in the NBA.
That's funny. Oh, so that 10 spot, we have
But why?
no.
No,
I
bro.
would seriously put Paul George above Kawhi still.
Bro. I'd rather put Paulo over Paul George.
Why? Like, why would you put Paolo over Paul George?
I just feel like Paul George is entering his like last couple years in the league.
But Kawhi isn't.
I mean, he
Kawhi's
is
closer to
too.
his end than Paul George is.
I guess that's true. I guess that's true.
I don't know. I don't think we should be debating Kawhi and PG for that 10 spot.
All right. I mean, I'm 2-1, so I mean, you guys, we can put Sabonis.
Pause. Just play it. I actually wasn't like 100% sure on Sabonis. I was hoping to hear an argument of how Kawhi is better than Sabonis.
This
But
season, he was.
yeah, this season Sabonis was for sure better.
He was in MVP talks at one point. That's pretty crazy.
True.
Pretty crazy for Sabonis. So I can go run through the top 10 front court players list that we constructed. Number 10, we have Sabonis. 9, we have Wemby. 8, we have Bam. 7, AD. 6, Bron. 5, KD. 4, Tatum. 3, Embiid. 2, Giannis. 1, Joker.
And that is an objectively right list. If you have any other opinions, you're simply wrong.
All right, we are going to grade some of the 2024, 2025 NBA City Edition jerseys. So first up on our list, we got some kind of good ones and some trash ones. But first, we're gonna go and look at the Atlanta Hawks. What do you guys think of these jerseys?
Colors of their franchise confuse me sometimes.
I feel like
Yeah,
they're very similar to last season's with the
Yeah, they
blue
kind
and
of
the
are.
gold.
the
I
one.
actually I
Uh,
like these. I like their ones last season as well, with the ATL and lowercase.
I think these are slightly worse than last season's. Last season's were so nice. I remember those baby blue ones were. I would love to have a jersey from the Hawks, like baby blue ones.
They're like, dude, low key, their city jerseys stay winning, bro. Because they had the Peach
Yeah,
City ones, right? That
yeah,
was them. Dude,
yeah.
those were
Yeah,
pretty
that was
sick
them.
too.
I love
Those are
those
cool.
ones too.
I like the Hawks ones this year. I think these are clean.
What would you
I'm
guys give these?
this these are solid B's, I would say.
I'll go with like a B minus.
Yeah, I was going B minus. All right, next we got to do the Boston Celtics. We got to do the Boston Celtics.
These jerseys right here, I just want to kick it off by starting. These jerseys remind me so much of a pair of green and black Nike Elite shorts I had in middle school. And it's making me sick because I
You
ran those
know,
shorts into the fucking ground.
these look as a Celtics fan, these are probably the worst ones we've gotten in recent history.
Do they
I
glow in the
honest
dark?
I would that's what they do look like a glow in the dark type jersey. I can't stand the military green lining on the black like jersey color. That might
Yeah,
be
that
the
messes with
worst
me.
decision they could have made.
That's messing with me a little bit too.
Yeah, I dude, these might like you said, these are probably the worst Celtics jerseys that they've ever made. Like these are garbage.
Nah, there's been worse.
Which
Really.
ones? Because I these might be worse. I would honestly take the Celtics banner jerseys over these.
No, those were atrocious. I don't think this. I think you guys are hating on this jersey a little too much. I don't think it's that bad.
I got to see the
Yeah.
numbers on them. They're probably great.
I don't like the lime green. It's just weird.
If it wasn't a lime green, I think this would be a cool jersey.
These look like AAU jerseys.
Hey, let me take the reins here because I need your guys' opinions on another one. How do we feel about those Memphis jerseys? Real viewers of the channel know that those jerseys, this isn't the first time they've been a thing with that font and that red color. Peep the video on the channel, the NBA's most forgotten jerseys. You already know your boy covered them. These are fire.
Yeah, I like these.
I think the Memphis is tough.
A
I like those
plus.
a lot.
I would go B plus on these. I like them. I just think that there's some other ones that I like a lot more than these.
I think the Memphis will be like a cool A minus for me, 90%.
Yeah, A plus on this guy. I was gonna say Oklahoma simply took last year's City Edition jersey and put the graphic in the stripe on the side. They basically just switched those around. I believe they
Yeah,
had a black stripe on the side with that graphic on the jersey. This year Nike just whoop. So those
I
got
don't.
worse.
Yeah, I agree. They got worse. They honestly look like a Nerf gun or like the KD4 Nerfs.
True.
yeah. I don't
Some of
care too
these
much
just
about
look
those.
some of these just look so similar. Like New York and the Sixers they look basically the same as last year, just like they're either home or away now. Like they're just the other version of last year's.
Hey,
Yeah, they kind of are.
why do the 76ers ones have like a xylophone like uh, keyboard on the side?
I don't know. It's probably something to do with Philly, I would assume. But like New York's is literally it was that last year, but it was blue. It wasn't white. You remember those?
Yeah, I do. I didn't really care for New York's.
Yeah, they're whatever. But I'm gonna say it before Victor does. I think my A plus goes to the Houston Rockets. I'm a big fan of these jerseys. I know he
Yeah.
feels the same, but I really like these. I don't know why.
Yeah,
It
these
just
were my favorite too.
it's clean. It's a really clean look on a jersey.
Houston was winning last year too with those astronaut ones as well, where they had the
Yeah,
astronaut court. Yeah, those were fire.
those were tough. Also, another jersey. I don't know why. I just really like this jersey for some reason. Is Washington's. They just again, it's just like a nice clean look. I like the font of the text.
Why can I not find it? Which one is Washington? Where's that? Ah, the district.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. Just I think the what's selling me is like the font of it and like the red and the white in the background. I don't know. I just it's simple and it's clean. I really like these ones too.
Yeah,
I see
these are
he
decent.
I see Heat Culture's made a return, except this time in
Yeah.
red.
The
Yeah.
Heat culture is so trash. Those are a F.
Yeah, those are pretty bad. I think the Heat and the Lakers might have some of the worst.
Yeah, Lakers, I don't like. No, actually, the Nuggets. The Nuggets are some trash. Those look
Yeah,
like the.
Really?
I was talking to you. I just hate how they throw 5280 on every freaking jersey they have. Like we get it. Says it on the court, says it on the jersey. We get where y'all play.
Nah, bro. I wanna grade these because these for me are like a solid A minus. And let me tell you why. Looking at them, it's not great. Compared to last year, it's insanely good. But I think what they were going for is the mountains on the stripe on the side and like the mountains inside the numbers since it's like the mile high city. I think those are radars, aren't they? Like rain radars, kind of like the newscast.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought, but low-key,
They,
I thought it was like a stupid
Really? I think
thing
that's
to
pretty
make. No, no,
creative.
no. I thought I was like saying something stupid, like, "Oh, is that a radar?" But it's like, no, it's just the colors on the jersey.
it's funny you said that because I was gonna say these look like the Weatherman foam posits.
Bro,
That's what I thought of when I looked at these jerseys.
Those are atrocious sneakers, by the way.
I think Denver made a huge upgrade from last year.
They definitely did.
Yeah,
I don't
last
hate
year's were
these. I
terrible.
just hate the 5280, bro. Like, I don't care.
I think the Bulls are winning this year. I think
Yeah.
personally, the Nuggets or Heat culture had the three worst last year. I think personally, I'd put the Bulls as the worst last year, but these are a huge improvement for me.
Yeah, Bulls they did good in this year. I'm curious to see what they look like with the numbers because we don't got that yet. But
Can't go wrong with the white and gold. It's always gonna
Yeah,
look clean.
sleek. I love the stars on the side that they because that's a Chicago thing, right? Stars. Are those on the flag or something?
yeah, the 4 stars.
Yeah. I like that the stars are back.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But I think they did 2 this year. Looks like
Well,
there's
there's
only
probably
2.
two on the other side.
I personally like the Hornets ones too. Those ones are clean.
I feel like they look like that every year.
I feel like that's what the regular jerseys look like. Am I
Am I
wrong?
tripping or did they look like that last year?
They might have some jerseys similar like that. They might have them in like a white color or like they might have already did this like variation of like mint.
Oh, okay. Wait, last year they had the clit jerseys, the CLTs, the black
Yeah.
ones. I might be tripping. Okay, I think I'm tripping. I don't know why. Those just look I think Kevin was on to some that like they might have an actual jersey that looks like that.
I could have sworn they did.
Yeah, look, their 2020 2021 city jersey is like damn near identical to that. Actually, no, it is identical to that, except instead of saying Charlotte, it said Buzz City. So it just says something different, but it's the
Okay.
same jersey.
Yeah, I was just say these look very familiar, but I mean
Yeah.
I would still rock these. I have 3 more jerseys I want to bring up. Phoenix Suns. I think those are clean.
The Valley. It's their go-to phrase.
I'm kind of tired of it, I'm gonna be honest.
A little
Yeah.
bit.
I feel
A
like all
little
their
bit, but they make it look cool. Still somehow, even though I am tired of it.
true. I will say, I don't know, are we grading these? We grading the valleys?
I'll give
I
them a solid B. A college frat kid will give that an A plus plus. So I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I have to
Frat kids
agree.
love City Phoenix Suns jerseys for whatever reason.
No, they love those and the Miami Vice jerseys, bro.
Dude.
If you wear a Miami Vice jersey to a frat party, you're probably getting laid. Let's be honest. But yeah, I'm gonna give these a B.
Probably go B plus.
Say B.
I'm glad the Minnesota Timberwolves brought back the jerseys from last year, but they made them in white because I really liked that jersey last year.
I'm not a fan of the white. I can't lie. I like the
Yeah,
last year's better.
last year's were better. I agree.
Yeah.
San Antonio stays winning, bro.
Yeah, those are cool. I
The
like theirs too.
teal and orange is tough.
Mhm.
I like that.
All right, fellas. What is the worst one out of all of them? Which would you pick for the worst? I have one that's like speaking to me on a spiritual plane level. There's like one that's just calling to me to pick.
To me, I think it might be the Pelicans.
Yeah, there's one from trash to even worse. I'm gonna be honest.
Those are some garbage.
I hate their
Pelicans,
colors.
Loki. I think the Brooklyn ones are some shit too.
I will go with the Milwaukee Bucks. There is just absolutely no soul. There is
Yeah.
nothing going on here. It says Bucks with some whack ass stripe, and it's not even the cool blue, it's dark blue. It's just this this jersey has nothing to do with Milwaukee or the Bucks. It just
Yeah,
does
those are
not
pretty
belong
bad.
here. It
I
does
mean,
not
that's
belong here.
you could say the same thing for all the jerseys. I don't think they do anything with any of the teams for the most
Really?
part.
I don't know. A Raptor's got a Raptor on it.
Yeah, the
Hey,
district,
okay,
the valley.
but I'm saying like the Bulls, like those, like the white and gold, like those aren't their colors.
Well,
No,
yeah, but
The Bulls had something behind it. It's kind of like a goldish bronze that pays homage to the United Center's 30th year anniversary and the Michael Jordan statue.
Okay,
I looked it up.
I didn't know
I'm
that.
serious.
Okay,
Yeah, now it's your favorite.
no. But what were we talking about? The Bucks jersey. I actually like those. I really do.
Trip.
nah, you're tripping.
You're yeah,
Uh,
you're bugging.
Bro,
I
I
you need
think
to
wouldn't.
the
check. You need
I
to check
think
your peepers, bro.
dude,
Those are trash.
I wouldn't wipe my ass with that jersey.
I mean, I wouldn't buy them, but I mean, I'm not. I don't hate them.
Like, what jersey is worse? You think I would take Nola's over those? Like,
That's crazy.
Nola at least has like some kind of texture on it.
I think the Lake Show are some trash. Kevin said the Brooklyn Nets. Those are terrible too.
Brooklyn
Like
Cit's pretty bad.
they're pretty bad, but bro, like the Bucks jerseys are some hot ass, bro.
Even the font is so trash. Like, there's
Like if I were
nothing cool about them.
like if I were a player, I would hate to wear those jerseys. Like, bro, why the hell are we wearing these?
It looks like someone's little brother just like scribbled a line on the jersey. And they're just like, oh, dude, this will do it.
That's what I was gonna say. Because Kevin brought up that Bulls like paying homage and stuff. Did you guys notice the Raptor on the Raptors jersey is doing the through the legs dunk like for the Vince Carter?
He has the
Yeah.
15 on too, doesn't he?
I think so.
I was gonna say the Raptors might be one of my favorites next to H Town.
Yeah. The Raptors are pretty tough. I wish they had like a name like Toronto or something, but I don't think it would actually fit very well.
But like seeing that, like that's such like a like everyone knows like when they see that jersey, they're gonna be like, oh, it's a Raptors jersey. Obviously, as a basketball fan, I hope you could, but like it's just so like that's their logo. Like it
Yeah.
looks clean every time. They cannot mess up that logo. They could throw it on anything, it's gonna look good.
Okay. What's the best jersey on the list?
I'm gonna say H Town or Toronto.
I was leaning Houston, or I really like the Magic too. I think the Magic have some underrated ones.
Yeah, I think those are clean.
I was gonna say my pick is Memphis for sure. Memphis, those jerseys are gonna look so sick
Those
on
are
those
nice.
players.
I bet you can't wait to see it on Triple J.
Yeah, dude, I'm foaming at the mouth for that. All right, final question. What is the most underrated jersey that you think most people will hate that are actually kind of good in your opinion? I'll start on this one. I really like the Pistons city jerseys from last year and this year. I like
Dude,
the beige. Last year, I thought their city court was sick.
Can't remember their
I,
city court.
I think the Pistons is a really good pick. I like those ones.
Those might be the most
Most
underrated. The Pistons court last year was just gray. It was a gray court, but it looked dope. It looked like smoke.
Yeah. If I had to pick an underrated jersey, I think I would go with Sacramento's. Those are some clean ones.
True. They look very traditional.
Yeah, I think people won't love them, but I don't think they're terrible.
What's crazy is everyone talks about how they want Utah's jerseys to come back, and we haven't mentioned them once.
Yeah,
It
whatever.
that
Can't get them all.
franchise, honestly, the Utah Jazz just need to rebrand their whole thing. Like
Yeah.
that single jazz note, terrible.
Bro
Glad,
continues the hate
glad
for
you're
the
admitting it.
Jazz.
I'm glad you're admitting it. But I really like I like Cleveland's a lot. That baby blue with like the markings on the side. I think these are pretty clean too.
Yeah. Do you guys remember those baby blue Houston jerseys? I thought those were sick. Like Harden's last year on the Rockets. Those
Yeah,
were
those were
tough.
nice.
Seeing
Those
Boogie
were pretty
Cousins
nice.
hoop in the teal blue Rockets, tough.
I think those were pretty clean.
All right, guys, that is going to be a wrap of season 2 of Good Morning Let's Basketball. Season 3, we're going to start October 11th. Be sure to stay tuned for that. We got a lot of stuff in store for you guys. This is going to be a good season for us. And we're happy to have you guys here with us and continue to grow the podcast, grow our platform. We made a lot of improvements this season, and we're so glad to have you guys there with us. And we'll see you guys October 11th. Stay tuned.